Hey, welcome back, BATJAC J.W. I know if you're watching this one, you're definitely a BATJAC J.W. fan here and subscriber and whatnot, because this is the extended video of the Wilson Combat. That's what this is. So if you're just looking for the just the desserts kind of a thing, just the meat and potatoes, go ahead and click out of this video. You won't like it. Go ahead and check out the other video that we just did on the pistol itself. This time around, what we're going to be doing here, before I knock the camera over, is we're going to check out the box and everything. This is the CQB Elites. This is the box that it comes in, all that crap on the sides and everything. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and see just what you get inside of it. And now, as we dive into this thing, you know, keep in mind, the price tag on these things is right around $3,500. Not cheap. I've always said throughout times of checking them out, I said, you know, I would love to know what goes in, what goes into all this, and I'm gonna give you my opinions and everything on that. So, all right, so we got our this is a cleaning cloth here that is by Wilson. Cleaning cloth you get inside there, and it's indeed actually branded with the Wilson Combat logo. Bottle of oil. That's cool. They give you that. I think these are what, 10, 15 bucks, something like that. Maybe 20. All the instructional stuff here. They give you a free, get a sticker. Pretty cool. This is a membership for the NRA. And you get the manual. So that tells you all about, you know, this and that, and I guess they kind of, maybe they explain to you a little bit about, I've heard of different things about taking it down and disassembling it and everything like that, which I have not disassembled the gun completely, like as in every pin and all that. Before we dive into the gun itself, this is the case. Okay, you get the lock. Pretty standard lock. Alright, here's the case. Pretty nice. It's basically a carrying zipper bag. It's got, you know, Wilson Combat even on the back, 2 pouches there, front logo, and then magazine pouches. Now here's what I thought was really cool in this bag, and you know, you almost say like this is almost like where the money is going, or where the money is. Now this is exactly the way it showed up. I mean, literally with like the dirt and, you know, grime from people's hands handling it. I personally think that's cool. But here it is. I mean, literally the Wilson Combat Quality Control Checklist. Date that this was done for 04/09/20. So in the midst of the whole scamdemic thing. All right. Look at all the checklist stuff. I mean, just crazy to see all of this stuff they got checked and initialed off on. I mean, what I thought was, I mean, literally like down to making sure the screws are tighted down and all that stuff. That's pretty crazy. Never seen that before. That comes, you know. And then here's a this is the test target. You can see there the shots right there at 15 yards. Test site and load. So they even tell you the loads that they use right here, which is for those of you that hand load, that will make a lot of sense to you. You know, they're running at 4.8 grains of bullseye powder, which is pretty fast, hot burning powder. 200 grain semi-wad cutter, Federal primers. It looks like they're using a taper crimp, and they got. They clocked it at 840 feet per second out of those. Those are cranking. And then here's all the the method was a bench rest testing there. Okay, and they tell you the gun that they did it, and I guess like a work number, caliber 45 ACP, and it says right here your custom handgun was built with pride by the following experienced master pistol smiths. So they tell you who built your gun. And then the test target was shot by this fella here, the final inspection there, and in looks like June 17th, 2020. So that's pretty neat to see that they took the time for all that. Here, this is really stiff Velcro. You get all the mag pouches. Comes with 2 magazines. One's in the firearm, the other one's right there. So then you have it holds a total of 7. So it looks like I'll be having to purchase some more magazines. Okay. Oh, and let's go through here. I think there's some more stuff in here. Yes. Looks like a lighter poundage spring here. Oh, light load. They even tell you there, light load. So that was in there. A replacement fiber optic piece right there. All right. The barrel bushing wrench, some Allen key screw keys right there. And okay, these are the set of grips that it comes with. Okay, now I put the Coca-Cola grips on it, and you'll see that shortly. So these are the now note the grips are actually made by Hogue. So that's something to note. The grips are made by Hogue. Doesn't look like they're making their grips, but kind of a different pattern on them. These are going like vertical, or kind of at an angle, diagonal here with the logo. And go ahead and unzip the main pouch here and retrieve the 1911 itself here. Pretty cool. Here's the other magazine. Looks like they're the just the standard ETM magazines there. The base plate. I am always been a firm believer of their magazines. This thing is pretty fantastic, I'll tell you right there. This is pretty nice. So we'll go ahead and click to the actual review there. And before we do that, I'll just kind of leave you with some personal notes of my take on this thing. They're super expensive. This is definitely not just for the every, you're just not, this is not something you're just going to go out and just do. It took me a long time to come to this conclusion. I did let go quite a few things in order to basically afford something like this. I've always been on the fence on it. I've always said, like, are they worth it or whatever? It's pretty damn nice, I will say. I mean, there's a lot of custom features that they've done that I can see that's pretty nice. I did think about rather if I should get the frame done by them in a different color, but I think I'm just going to, in the end, leave everything. I wasn't a fan of the fact that it was a ambi safety, even though I'm left-handed. I pretty much just kind of start shooting right-handed, mainly because of my love for 1911s and love for just the traditional safety being on this side and nothing on that side. Reason for that, a lot of that is because a lot of the ambi safeties to me are very cumbersome, bulky, large, kind of goofy. I must say that's not the case with the Wilson. That I see what they're talking about how it's really low profile stuff. Also note all the parts in it, the thumb safety, grip safety, and all that kind of stuff. Slide stop is from their what they call their bulletproof line. I mean, from what I understand, those are all milled out of the like basically a block of steel. They're not MIM parts, nothing like that. Not that I've had bad issues with MIM or anything like that, but all of it, even the magwell, which is beautifully blended, is all bulletproof parts. That's what they call it, the bulletproof, including the mainspring housing and all that. This thing feels solid as a rock, like it's just not gonna. I mean, there is just nothing that's gonna go wrong with it. But boy, it carries a hefty price tag. But I tell you, something pretty neat. I'm a real big 1911 guy, and this is certainly a bar above. And you know, this is also coming from all the times of literally watching guys like Ken Hackathorn and Larry Vickers and stuff like that. And, you know, we always hope, we pray for Larry and that he stays strong and recovers. If you're not aware of what's going on with him, check out his channel and his page and everything. But, you know, they've always talked about these, and I've always wanted one. Man, I've always wanted to check this thing out, so I'm glad I did. Just can't say enough. They really are what they are cracked up to be, at least for me, in my opinion. And of course, that's all just opinion, and that's what my thoughts are on it. It's really super cool. When you grip this thing, it's just amazing. So here, go ahead and check out the rest of this review here. But thanks for watching the extended version of the whole bit right here. Well, I'm BATJAC J.W, and you're looking at a Wilson Combat CQB Elite 1911, and these are absolutely gorgeous and really well done. I mean, you ain't gonna hear no rattling on these ones and all that. These are completely handmade by just a whole group of people that very, very talented people at Wilson Combat down there in Berryville, Arkansas. See right there, they mark it there. A couple of things I really like about this thing. Well, actually, I like everything about it. Really nice that it's, I've never really held one of these really in my hand for real. And I've always said over the years that I'd always be interested in seeing one up close and all that. So now we got one up close. You can see some of the features here. They serrated in the top and flattened the top, much like one of my Colton Gold cups is like that. Is flattened on the top. Now in the rear here, the rear of the sight here is serrated, and so is the back of the slide is also serrated, and including the extractor there. And you got a skeletonized hammer and fitted grip safety here and all that. And the front strap is checkered, and this one's outfitted with the Starburst Cocobolo grips with the logo. I believe that's pewter, and then it's got a magwell beautifully blended in there. And that's one thing, is when you see this, you run your finger over that, it's like one piece of metal. And that's one thing I want to say about this, is it feels like everything is just one piece. It just, all of it is just beautifully put together. I always said, man, I've always been interested. I always said, you know, I'd like to check one out for myself, and definitely glad I did. I know their slide releases, they're kind of their own thing here, and it kind of follows in the streamline of things of like how low profile this is. I'm not a fan of ambi safeties, even though I'm left-handed. I'm not a fan of them. I just basically just decided to shoot my 1911s and pretty much everything, and just start shooting right-handed instead. Mostly because of the 1911s. I just love just the standard strong side safety only, or right side, or whatever. But you know, I don't mind it at all that this is an ambi, and I know that these are features of what the difference between the CQB and the CQB Elite. This one does have the ambi safety, the magazine well and such, that I've noticed. The flush cut muzzle there that's countersunk into the bushing, and that's pretty beautiful. That's pretty nice. I must say, I don't know what it is about that, but that's pretty nice. And so it does have the standard cuts here. I did wonder if it was going to have the ball end cuts, as they call it. Now that's strictly cosmetic. I mean, it's not anything that's a deal breaker or anything. But I did wonder about that. I wondered if it had the ball cuts or just this standard, but it does just the standard there. It's got their Armor Tough finish on it, and of course everything is they make. Right down to the barrels, the bushing, and the plugs, and the plunger there. And stampings are different. They're subtle, but you can see them. Then he's got the logo there, and a CQB Elite there, and then of course serial number and all that stuff. The rear sight, and it is a U. I haven't mentioned that, the U notch, which I like. I do feel that you can pick that up easier. They're tightened down in there and everything. Slotted grip screws, which I like. I'm a big fan of. The trigger seems to be a medium-sized trigger with the 3 holes drilled into it. The magazine release is slightly extended, not obnoxiously large or protruding, but decent enough to where, yeah, I like that. I actually do like that better. When you grip this thing, man, I tell you, it's like all one piece right there. It really, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if they've done something to the grip of this thing or not, but it sure feels like to me that when you grip one of these, it just feels like it's thinner. It feels like they've done something to it to make it that much more, get a better purchase on it for me. And it could be this, you know, they did scallop it out right there. And I believe these are 25 LPI lines per inch on the checkering there. The same on the mainspring housing, everything. But man, I tell you, when you rack one of these, unbelievable. Just crazy. So anyway, I'm impressed. I really am. These carry a very heavy price tag. They really do. So you gotta be prepared for that. But everything is dehorned, as you could say, even right around the slides up here. When you rub your hands across it, there's just nothing. So Wilson Combat CQB Elite. Pretty cool stuff. First time on the channel, first time for me handling one right here.